Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go off schedule a little bit. I actually didn't plan to do this reading today, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I don't know where this is gonna go or how this is gonna turn out, but I want to start with a little story time about my morning and things that led up to why I'm sitting here and what the reading is going to be about. As you guys know, yesterday, was it yesterday? Thursday, I posted a short where you guys got to see at least part of my face. Still have sunglasses on. It's, you know, baby steps, but I was, well, first of all, before I just jump right into Miss Faye, thank you guys for all the kind comments. You guys are so incredibly sweet, and I just want to say, like, I don't deserve you guys. You guys are so kind to me in so many ways, and you guys know I don't put my face on here for many reasons, but one being on the spectrum, autistic, ADHD, gifted, call it whatever you want. It's more so I don't put my face on camera because it's hard for me to channel and not be aware of the camera and worrying about what I look like or how I look, or, you know, making eye contact or not making eye contact, or where I'm looking, or if my face does something weird and then I don't post it because, but it's like a message that needs to be out, but I'm self-conscious. It's like, and then I feel like that also would distract and take away from my ability to connect with the message and be in the level of meditation that I would need to be while the camera was on my face. I don't know, I'm just not quite there yet, guys, but jumping on and just talking to you guys organically about things like this channel I stumbled across at the recommendation of one of you guys, which thank you so much. You know, I'm okay with that. And again, as you can see, I have sunglasses on, so I'm not worried about the weird eye contact. And yeah, so it's a whole process. I'm not sure that I will ever do like channeled card readings with the camera. I may here and there start incorporating it just so you guys can see my face and I can connect with you guys in more ways than just my hands. So anyways, I love you. Thank you for all the kind comments. I posted a channel recommendation for, and I am so sorry, Faye, I called it Solar Flare. It's SoularFlow. It's on my shorts if you guys missed it. One of you recommended her. I went to her channel. I was sent the link for her John Bonet video, and then I was kind of just browsing her page and landed on the video with the Freemasons and thought that was so interesting, because this whole concept of like Freemasons and underground clubs, cults, whatever have you, MK Ultra, this whole concept that isn't new to anybody but also pretty elusive, I guess, or woo-woo, or just, you know, that taboo type of topic, conspiracy, whatever. It's like we know about it but we don't really know about it. So it's been making itself known in my energy more and more over time, to where I'm like really curious about it. Specifically today, the reading around Freemasons, I want to preface with, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. I am completely ignorant. I have not studied this. I did watch Faye's video. I highly recommend go to SoularFlow, watch her video posted a couple weeks ago about Freemasons. It's so insightful, and like I said, I haven't done a lot of research. I haven't even done my own energy read into it, so I don't know, you know, what my own beliefs are around that, or what spirit wants to reveal to me around that energy. I don't really know, but I want to say that today, you know, after what I feel like John O'Keefe was coming through with this idea of, what I felt after watching her video was like a mesh of like, I don't know if it's Freemasons or a group like that, or a similar type of energy somehow interwoven with military undertones and law enforcement and work families and MK Ultra, mind control, sacrificial offerings, whether that be family or, you know, certain, I guess, other things. If you guys want to know more, for now, go check out SoularFlow. This is going to be my first reading on it. And the reason why I'm feeling called to do this today, one, I don't think it was coincidence that I stumbled upon her channel. Here at Beyond the Veil, you guys know, you guys can always recommend other channels here, other mediums, other points of view, other opinions. I actually do go and look at the content you guys send me. Maybe I don't watch it entirely. Maybe something, you know, tells me, oh, I'm not going to finish this video, or I'll come back to this. But 9 times out of 10, I'm looking at the links you guys send me. I'm looking into different things that you guys are pointing me in the direction of, because I believe this community is here for a reason, to help pull in the message together. I rely on you guys. This energy is very collaborative, and I love that about what we're doing here. So like I said, you can always share. And these reasons, exactly, like somebody who posted this video on a comment from SoularFlow, her name is Faye. I probably never would have found her channel. But you guys recommended it. I went and watched it. Something in there resonated. And then, so after I had got on there, did the short, told you guys, hey, go check out this channel. I was watching one of her previous lives, the one where she was talking about like Diddy and Kohlberger and all those. It's on her channel if you guys are interested. And it was just like, that was me just getting to know her, you know, her personality, her quirks. Her son was in the background. She was interacting with him. It was so beautiful. And we have so much in common. So not only did I immediately resonate with her message, when John brought this message to me, one of my subscribers put me onto her channel. We ended up, what really caught my attention was her necklace and us wearing similar, if not the exact same necklace in the videos. And then after watching her live and getting to know her, I'm like, holy cow, like there's so many similarities there. And it's not coincidence, guys. It's not just a random channel I found like, oh cool, she's talking about Freemasons and weird sacrificial stuff that goes on in families. No, it was like down to, she also lives in California. She's a single mom to a son. It's just her and her son. It's just me and my son. I'm in California. I'm a single mom. She's also Jewish. I'm also Jewish, in case you guys didn't know. My father's family is from Poland. They came over to New York during the World War II Holocaust era. My grandparents relocated to New York. My dad lives in Beverly Hills, so he's a part of that whole Jewish LA weirdo family. He's like, this is the disappearing dad I had. I was telling you guys about in Sandra Birchmore. Like, I don't claim him. My stepfather is my father, but my bloodline, my lineage goes back to, you know, my dad currently lives in Beverly Hills, and they came from New York, and they came from Poland, and you know, my dad speaks Hebrew, and they celebrate Jewish culture and holidays, things like that. So when she said that, I was like, no freaking way. Like, just really cool. I'm sure there's others and I'm just not remembering, but she just seems so down to earth, and highly recommend. Always use your discernment though, guys. Us psychics and mediums never get it 100% right. Everything's up to interpretation. Some things are going to resonate for you now, some things won't. I believe spirit and timing is deliberate, so it doesn't mean it's not true. Something just could not resonate with you, and that's totally fine. We're all on independent journeys, so I can give you a recommendation, but if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to resonate. We're all on our individual paths, and that's why I made it clear that, you know, everything resonated so deeply for me on my path as of now. In a year from now, I could be a totally different soul who's on a totally different journey, and that doesn't make either of our journeys right or wrong. It just, the resonance with her channel and her as a soul, I just felt immediately drawn to, so I wanted to share, but don't make it fit if it doesn't, because a lot of things on there are quite controversial, and it's just, it is what it is. Some people are ready to hear the truth and some people aren't, and that's okay. But this idea of being drawn to the channel, the video that I ended up watching from hers, from the John Bonet, was the Freemasons, and then with the message from John coming in, all these synchronicities, right, leads me to today. I actually sat down today to finish on private readings. So for the three of you who are still waiting for a private reading from me, I plan to sit down and do that right now, but here we are, because I feel like Spirit is leading me in a different direction. Again, I don't know where this is going to go, so bear with me. Oh, and by the way, if you are still waiting for a private reading, I will have them done by tomorrow. I gave myself a firm cutoff to have them done by the 15th, so I can take on a few more for the second half of July. I will have everybody who's waiting on a private reading. There is 3 of you guys, including the 6K giveaway winner, Marlene. I still have you on that list as well. So the paid readings and the giveaway winner, you guys are coming up in the next day or so. So keep an eye on your emails. I'm so sorry it's taken me a few days longer than expected. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing tomorrow, was the intention today. Okay, earlier today, it is Saturday morning for me. I'm not sure when you're going to view this. I went out of town for a baby shower, and the intention was to do some things I had to do in this town since it was a bit a ways away from me. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to drop my son off at his family's baby shower event. I didn't feel like I needed to be there. This is his disappearing dad's side of the family, and his cousin's having a baby. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to drop him off. I'll go into town for a couple hours, whatever. So I ended up finding myself with some free time waiting for the baby shower to end. And I'm driving down the road and I see this like super old, like cemetery. Like you could just tell, like you look at something and you can tell it's old, like big old stone like headstones, not modern, not new. It had a presence, and it literally pulled me into that cemetery. And I'm like, okay, this is freaking weird. I pulled into the cemetery and I parked my truck, and I'm like I just pulled over, and I was just like looking around like, okay, I don't know where I should go. Like, what am I even doing here? Like, this is so ridiculous. Well, and then I had to go to the bathroom. So then I'm like driving around the cemetery. Like, there's got to be a bathroom, a porta potty, like something. Couldn't find anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. So I'm like, it's hot outside. It's what, I think like 105 today. So, and this is the middle of the afternoon. It was like 2 p.m., 2:30. I ended up pulling over again, getting out of the truck, deciding to just walk around. I'm like, okay, let's just look at these old tombstones and just, you know, appreciate history and tan my legs and just be out in the sunshine and get some vitamin D. And I'm walking around and I seen a bee. I know, not that crazy, right? You see a bee in the summertime out in nature, but a bee, and it like flew towards a headstone and then just like went towards it and then just like off towards the river. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. It just, what I felt was almost like a guide, like, come this way. And obviously I can't see the wording or anything on the tombstone when I'm just looking at a bee and going in that direction. So I took pictures for you guys. I want to show you what happened today. So this is 2:29 on my phone. Here's just a general view of like what it looked like when I drove by, just so you can tell, like, you can just tell, like, these are old, right? Like, so I was just like taking a picture. I seen the bee. We go over here, right? And I blocked off the name, but look at the direction the bee took me to, and look at this tombstone that I'm looking at. This is from 1860. Well, this person was born in 1861. But look at the top of the headstone. So I know that that is the symbol for the Freemasons. I don't know what the F and T at the top means. So then I took a picture because I wanted to like screen, like Google image search to see if that specific symbol with the F and the T came up anywhere, because I was like, what are the odds that this bee would point me in this direction to this headstone when I'm in this energy, channeling John, finding phase content, just watching that, recommending it with you guys. I'm telling you guys, like, this is energy I haven't researched, I haven't really looked into, I haven't done a reading on. I've heard of it, I knew of it from, you know, just hearing about it in the spiritual community, knowing, you know, different conspiracies that are out there and theories about these groups. But I personally did not know what I found out today, and it's still not a lot. I will tell you, I'm doing this reading because I want to do a foundation reading before I start doing any sort of like internet research, even though I think all of that's bullshit anyways, and we should all feel into what's true and what's not. But it does give us, you know, a roadmap to discern and lead us into different areas to look further into. So Google isn't all bad, guys, but always use your discernment. Not everything on the internet is the truth. So anyways, this is me randomly at 2:30 in a gravesite waiting for my kid. A bee took me towards this headstone. I took a picture of it, and then I was like, I don't know, am I in some like Mason's Lodge cemetery or something? Like, really, because I'd never been there. I felt called to it. So then I just walked around this entire plot, like this entire place. I walked around all today. I walked around this entire place just to see if I seen any other like logos at the top, anywhere near that person. Nobody, did not see this logo at the top of any other tombstone. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's just Spirit's way of saying like, I want you to look into this energy, or maybe like something you're going to be reading about or learning about is going to have undertones of this, so I need you to know certain things. So I took a mental note. I'm like, okay, Spirit, you're leading me into learning about this energetically for a reason, and I trust you. I will say, guys, also, in case you missed it on the community tab, when I was channeling John Bonet and John O'Keefe, I literally stopped a couple times in that reading and said, there's weird things going on with the electronics. Like, I can't explain it. I felt like I was on a frequency level that was just like really like bothering me and bothering the devices. And it was like, I even turned on the music. So I'm like, I feel like I got to get like off of this specific frequency level. Like it again, I can't explain it. I don't know how to put that into words to make that make sense, but I could feel it. The phone was acting up. Different things were happening, you know, with certain things electronically at the office. And then, you guys, the next day, the person that works behind the office in the warehouse was like, hey, like, what's going on with the Wi-Fi? Like, it's not working. Who can I call? This is the worst time not to have Wi-Fi. And I just laughed. I'm like, dude, I knew it. So I went back to the office. I called the people who take care of the internet connection out there, and they're troubleshooting everything with me. He's like, reset it, unplug it, do this, plug this back in, try to reset it. And he's like, the box would not turn off, you guys. Like, I had to unplug it, to get everything to come off. The power button wasn't turning it off. The reset wasn't working. It would not do anything. And he's like, this is so weird. He's like, the system is like not connected. It's like completely fried, but yet all the lights are on. He's like, honestly, I have no idea what to tell you. He's like, other than we're just going to send you a new router. He's like, but everything else is working fine. This connection is fine. I can see this online. He's like, there's something that like, fried in this connection, but it's like, it's not fried because the box is still on, but it won't turn off. He's like, I really don't know. I asked my boss, he doesn't know. We're just going to reset a router and overnight it to you guys and whatever. So I just thought that was so funny because I was mentioning that in the video and I was telling you guys, like, so whatever frequency we were on when we were channeling this energy that John and John Benet were bringing through, whatever frequency we were channeling through completely fried the freaking router that was on the other side of the wall at the office where I was working when we were doing that reading. Just absolutely insane. So anyways, like I was saying, totally went off on a tangent there, but I thought you guys would think that was pretty funny. So just again, more validation that, you know, frequencies are real. Energies, everything in life resides on a frequency, on an energetic level, and it's where you're tuned in with what you have access to. I don't know. I wish I could form the words. Like, that's another thing I love about Faye is she's so well spoken, and she doesn't have like a lot of filler words like me. I'm like 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 I don't know. I've listened back to some of my videos and I really hate to listen back because I get so like, see, there it is again, just annoyed. Like, and then I listen to other people and they just like flow and they sound so graceful and they don't have filler words and they sound so confident in what they speak about and so educated, and I'm just like, you know, googly eyes over here like, oh my god, she's so pretty, she talks so well, she's so smart, like it's resonating. Like, hi Faye, fangirl. Anyways, go follow her. Today I went to sit down to do private readings, to catch up on a couple private readings, and I'm shuffling different decks. You know, as you guys can see over here, I have a ton of decks out. You guys can't really see my mess over yonder, but second I sat down, I have inside this drawer over here to my left, the Zombie Tarot book is in here. It's here, but it was just in this drawer. And when I pulled the drawer, I looked at it and something told me like, yes, go get that deck. And I'm like, gosh dang it. Like, I'm so lazy sometimes. I had to go all the way across my office, which is like literally 5 steps away from this office chair. But I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'll get up and open my cupboard and get the deck out. Like, I'm shuffling the deck and I shit you not, this is the card that comes out. Look at this. Like the old cemetery. And then I was like, oh, because at this point I was like, I'm on a mission, right? I'm like, we're gonna bust out these private readings. I got my notebook over here. I'm like getting ready to get into somebody's question and their energy. And then I'm like, oh yeah, but I just had this like crazy adventure today where I was in a cemetery. That's cool. And then I was like, oh, well, I was trying to, I don't know if I totally just went squirrel when I was telling you guys I was trying to take a picture of the logo and put it into like the Google picture search to see if I could find that specific one, just to see if there was any messages there. Nothing came up, but what did come up was different logos around the Freemason logo. So just, I guess, like, what is it, a protractor? I don't know, you guys know, the ruler, whatever it is. They're in like the related searches as it's coming up with all these different pictures of this symbol. One of them that kept repeating had like bees or beehives, or like, and then it started going into like people who tattoo like the Freemason logo with the beehive. And I'm like, so then I was like, is there like an association with like bees and beehives with Freemasons? And holy shit, there is. It's like a whole thing within this group. Pretty crazy, right? I had no idea. Like, ignorance is bliss, I suppose. So there, I was reading something on somebody's chapter or lodge website that they posted. This one says oriental33.org, but look at this. And look, it has John right there, and then like the beehive on top of the book with the symbol, and then it just like, it goes on to tell you about, you know, the beehive with Freemasons. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. Look at this. Like, there's so much. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I had no idea there was a connection to that. But I started seeing like people who were getting like tattoos of that symbol had like bees, and then I'm like, that's weird. And then I seen like that structure with the bee, and so I clicked on that website, and it's a whole thing. So then I was like, okay, I feel like Spirit's asking me to do a reading around what I really don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be asking, or what is supposed to be coming out. I'm just following Spirit's lead, but I feel like I'm supposed to be here to tell you about this story, tell you how I found this other channel, tell you how John brought this to me, how I am feeling Spirit leading me into researching and educating myself about this energy. And then, so I'm like, okay, I went through a couple of my miniature decks. I'm like, I want to get a couple decks that are heavy in symbolism. So I pulled out the Out of Hand Tarot, the After Tarot. I pulled out the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, and these 3 cards fell out. Look at this. Oh, I just moved it completely out of frame. Girl, Bee, and Sun. With the freaking tombstones, where this was literally me with the bee, like fall, like the... For those of you who don't know, bees navigate with the sun. When there's no sun, they can't fly. They get lost without light because they navigate through the sun, like literally, and they work off of like very much like points like of degrees. Like they work off of like what Freemasons used to build, you know, the angles, the level of degrees are very precise, and they oh, I have no words. Like I wish I was better at communicating and speaking these things to you guys. I don't have the words. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they work off like angles and lines of degrees, and they work directly off of the sun, and that's how they navigate. This bee kind of pointed me in the direction of this tombstone where I seen the symbol, and then the sun. I'm also a Leo. I connect with the sun. I am the bee girl. Like the bee girl, I'm like, okay, Spirit, I'm hearing you loud and clear. So here we are. 20 minutes into the reading, and I've done nothing but tell you why I'm reading on this, and you guys are probably like actually I lied, only like 2 of you are going to be like, I really don't care, you're so annoying, and then everybody else is always so kind to me. Again, thank you for bearing with me. And you know, I'm not apologizing anymore. So I think a lot of you guys who are supposed to be here get it, and I would rather have you guys here than anybody else. And I'm not going to apologize for my long intros anymore. I'm not going to continue to call out these annoying bottom feeders who just want to see cards flipped over because they're ignorant and shallow. But if that's you, this isn't your channel, and I'm going to quit talking about it. You guys have been so supportive, and I love you. All right, so I'm trying to shuffle these back in. I don't really know. I just got a glimpse of the mushroom. The mushroom was coming out a lot for me when reading on John Bonet with John Andrew. I don't want to sidetrack the message, but I will talk about a couple other things, because I want to connect with Faye personally and like talk to her about a couple things that I'm curious about from her readings, just to better understand from her before I come back. But there is something that was said. Oh my gosh. To finish that thought, I'm sorry. There was something that was said that I don't entirely resonate with, but I want to talk to her about it just to understand better, you know, her thoughts on that before I come in and tell you guys the one area that I don't resonate or agree with. But something completely unrelated to that particular energy, the energy around Madeleine McCann. When she said that, okay, when I had posted the short and I said, you guys, I'm only halfway through, like go watch with me. I hadn't got to the part yet in the story where she starts bringing up other cases, and she, you know, was talking about Karen Reed and Brian Kohlberger and Madeleine McCann, and to be honest, I don't remember now who else, but as soon as she said Madeleine McCann, I was like, oh my god, I freaking knew this. I got this download when I was watching her John Bonet, when she was talking about and the father's energy, like he seeks like adrenaline and he does like risky things, and he like she was talking about John Bennett Ramsey, John Bonet's dad, about like how he searches for thrills, and like that is exactly the energy of what I was feeling around Madeleine McCann's disappearance. It was this energy of like these parents were playing games with their children. I don't know now if the parents were privy to it, but I'm starting to think maybe so. But it came through stronger with the Payne guy, and I was telling you guys like how that download came through with Madeleine McCann. It's the one where it's like Games of the Rich and Famous or something like that, and it was giving me like Squid Games type energy, where David Payne organized this, booked to the villa, put all those kids in there. It was like the sick game with his group members, his club, whatever was in his club. It was this game about whose kid's gonna come up missing. The parents were checking back and forth on the kids. It was almost this thrill of like, are we gonna get caught? Is one of the parents gonna come in while we're taking one of them? They're like, none of them are gonna know which one is taken until they go check, and they're like, oh my god, it was my kid was taken and sacrificed and whatever. Oh my god, like it made so much sense with what she was telling me, with how I was feeling around Madeline McCann and this like thrill of the game and like sacrificing the children and the way it was set up. And I do feel that it was random in a sense, but then at the same time, maybe not as random, because I was also getting a lot of energy around Madeline McCann was being like passed around, taken to different places. And now I'm feeling like, okay, maybe she was like taken to different clubs or held with different members, or it was like this trophy of how long can we move her around undetected. It's this huge global case and all this energy is on it, and then the idea of like siphoning energy when it gets this big, and how they use that for whatever reasons. Anyways, it just totally resonated with Madeline McCann and the way that I was feeling with David Payne and the group he was associated with in Portugal, the guy that ended up hosting the family for breakfast or something like that, the chef. Definitely she was there. Madeline McCann was there. Anyways, it was this thing where I can only imagine she's not alive now, but I felt she was kept alive for a while and moved around. I know that's gonna go against popular opinion because they said cadaver dogs hit behind the couch and in the car and she's dead and they overdosed her, and maybe that's true, and I don't know, but why I would feel this energy if they took her for a reason and they passed her around, unless I don't know. But whenever Faye was talking about John Ramsey's energy and then just the games and things that people with money and power do in these groups to entertain themselves, just totally sent me back to this. And I was like, it was so bizarre. When I was reading on Madeline McCann, I'm like, what in the fudge am I seeing? So bizarre. If you haven't seen my couple videos on Madeline McCann, you can go back there. That one's a fun one. Anyways, I'm gonna shuffle this back in as well. All of a sudden, like, I feel sick to my stomach. That's weird. I just, when you can like start to feel like you're gonna get sick. Ooh. My right ear is ringing. Oh man, guys, I don't feel good all of a sudden. Wow. Something definitely doesn't like that. I was just talking about Madeline McCann. Oh, my ear. Holy Spirit, take any energy that isn't mine. Guard the space, protect the space. Anybody outside of the white light of heaven is not welcome here. Holy Spirit, change the energy in this space. Take the ringing from my ear. Ringing in my ear stopped. I still feel like even my mouth is starting to water. That's crazy, guys. I know Spirit asked me to sit down and read on this, and now that I'm getting ready to pull cards, like I feel almost like I just can't. I will say just now though, I had my eyes shut and I was holding my ear while I was praying, and I seen cherries in my head, and I was hearing cyborg cherries. I know that makes no sense. Cyborg cherries. What is a cyborg? What would a cyborg cherry be? Is that a real thing? Off to Google. What the fuck is a cyborg? I've heard the word before, cyborg. A magic trick or mentalism effect created by Stephen Leathwaite involving electronic gimmicks and various routines, including a modern take on Zener card experiments. What the fuck is that? A multi-agent cybersecurity simulation environment designed to model advanced persistent threat APT behaviors influenced by cognitive vulnerabilities. It includes a classification model for cognitive vulnerability inference and a simulator for synthetic data generation. What the fuck? Why can't I just get a general, easy definition of a cyborg? Am I spelling it right? Cyborg can refer to different things, including a person, a project, or a concept. Let's ask ChatGPT. What the fuck? Why? That is so weird. What is a cyborg? Oh, like a cyborg is often portrayed as a human or entity enhanced, not just physically, but mentally or psychically through technology, brain-computer interfaces, memory implants, emotional regulation via tech, telepathic communication, AI-human fusion where artificial intelligence is merged with human thought. It's similar to cyborg with a C, but focuses on the mind and consciousness rather than the body. Okay, I was spelling it PSY, but then they're like, it's similar to CY. Okay, so is it CY? Cyborg? Oh, freaking weird. Telepathic communication. Okay, I'm gonna look up what is cyborg with a C. Sorry guys, this is so random, but that happened. That literally affected my physical body, and I seen cherries in my head and heard cyborg. So, is a being that combines biological parts, usually human or animal, with mechanical or electronic components. The idea is that the biological entity is enhanced and aided by technology, part human, part machine. Okay, that makes sense. Now it's coming back to me. I'm like, I know what a cyborg is. I've heard this. It's not a new concept, but I'm like prosthetic limbs, implants, brain computer interfaces like Elon Musk's Neuralink project, RoboCop, Darth Vader, the Terminator. In short, cyborg is a living being augmented with technology. Okay, I don't know. Let's see if Cherry Cyborg comes up with anything. Cherry could symbolize innocence, youth, or purity. A cherry cyborg might then refer to a new, untouched, or recently created cyborg, young or naive, unmodified, or perhaps someone just beginning to experience life with tech enhancements. A cherry cyborg might be a teen with her first neural implant, still learning how to balance humanity with artificial enhancements. What in the actual fuck am I reading? This is ChatGPT, by the way. It could also refer to stylized character design, a feminine, cute, or soft-looking cyborg with high-tech traits. Think pastel cyberpunk. Now the right side of my freaking head is throbbing. I don't know if that's like me manifesting that or oh man. You guys, there's a whole nother part of life that we just have no clue about. We are such dumb, naive humans. 98% of the world is just completely sleeping to the truth about life, and then you just get subtle hints of the truth, and then like literally, like just now, I really feel that there's some sort of energy that doesn't want me to read on this, or literally tried to to stop it, or that sensation with my ears ringing and feeling nauseous. Now I really do feel like behind my right eye and the right side of my brain is like hurting. Like, you know when you get migraines behind your eyes? Well, I do constantly, but now it's like something about the right side. And I was telling you guys, like, I don't remember which reading it was now, but I think it was in one of the John O'Keefe readings where I was getting that sensation on the right side, and you guys were saying the left arm is heart related, but again with the right side. Okay. So this is, I don't even know if I said it. See, I just get so... Ooh, the High Priestess under that. Secret societies. Look at this, the Ace of Cups. This says... This talks about the different sides of the brain. But then, okay, so you guys can see here if you want to see closer for yourself. Then look down here. The chief distinguishing feature between a man and the lower animals is man's brain. It gives the human being the power to think and to reason, to speak and to create. This is the great deal of difference between the brain of a fishworm and that of a dog, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I don't really, guys, I don't know what I'm asking. Holy Spirit, what do you want me to know about Freemasons or just energy similar to that? I don't. Why am I here? Why am I here, Spirit? What are you wanting to show me or teach me today? I want to hear from you first before I do any significant research on my own. I want you to light the way, show me signs and symbols, give me clues to know I'm in the right direction and tuning into the truth and not being deceived or misled. I ask that you guide this reading and show me clearly what it is that you need me to see today. What is it you're trying to show me? What do I need to see today? No, ew, okay. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to keep it out here because, again, now I'm like stabbing pain behind my right eye when I looked at this. But here's the Ten of Swords with the children. So in the high chair, I'll let you guys put those pieces together. I've been getting that energy a lot also. Look at that. Shut the fuck up. Do these people do this? Ugh! When I ever started to feel spiritually attacked while reading on cases that I felt had these type of underground connections, started with Summer Wells when that dream just completely sent me in a frenzy. And I was telling you guys, as that energy and story progressed, it's this type of energy. Ooh, why is that? Okay, is this something that's common in these groups? Family dinners with the children in the high chairs that aren't in the high chairs but sitting on the dinner table, if you guys get what I'm trying to say here. I think we're going to start with, I brought these out and I didn't even start with an oracle, so let's get 2 B cards to start with, because something feels weird about this zombie deck all of a sudden. Like I don't know what that's about. Holy Spirit, can you give me 2 opening cards to give us a foundation for the message today? Really? Okay. So we have the masculine energy showing up. Fly with brave wings, she be little but she be fierce. So this is changing cities, and this references big cities, like being on stage. This is giving very much New York, LA. Rich and famous, all eyes on you. And then this also talks about, well, this is another card for Leo, and the 8-8 portal is here. Masculine energy, relocating, moving abroad. Something about center stage and spotlight. So are we talking about the main masculine, like if spirit trying to redirect me and ground me into a specific, like the one on the stage giving, like I'm seeing like this big conference, the person that everybody's looking at, the one who's highly regarded, the one that stands on the stage, a masculine, a very powerful masculine, maybe somebody not even in the US where I'm from, but somebody overseas that would be like a current bigwig or head of this organization in some way. Astral travel, third eye, hypnosis. This is my card about seeing beyond. This is also psychic spying. I see you, like people almost peering into, or you guys, I had a dream last night about Twitch. Why did that give me, like, I've never connected this card with Ellen DeGeneres before. What in the hell is happening here? So why did that remind me of dreaming about Twitch last night? I came across this video where I don't know if it's come across your guys' YouTube, but it's like a picture of Ellen DeGeneres with black eyes, and they have Twitch on it, and it's this guy who worked in the studio giving his story about Twitch. And I know there's a lot of speculation that he didn't actually kill himself, and I thought, you know, I want to try to channel Twitch, and there's another celebrity who's been kind of coming through as somebody I'm interested in channeling, because I think there's some weird dark things going on with Dave Hollis. If you guys are familiar with Rachel Hollis and that whole Hollis Co. and Dave, who died of an overdose or heart attack or whatever they're calling it. I don't really know what his official, but something about Twitch and Dave like called to me on like something really strange energetically going on beneath the surface. Well, last night I had a dream about Twitch, and it wasn't even a significant dream, but seeing this card just reminded me. We were in an airport and I was walking, and I'm like trying to get to my flight because I'm late everywhere I go. Like I cannot be on time to save my life. It is just embedded in my DNA. I have no time management whatsoever. I blame that on ADHD and time blindness. I cannot be anywhere to save my life, and I'm like running through the airport, like trying to like speed walk, and you know, and then I just like, I'm like passing Twitch, and I like stopped, and I turned in my tracks, turned around, you know, his famous hat and his walk, and I seen that smile, and then, you know, I'm like, oh my god, that was Twitch. But I'm like, fuck, I'm late, I gotta go, like I can't miss this flight. But for a brief second I made eye contact. Twitch gave me a little smile. He had a little strut about him. He had his famous hat on, and we were in an airport. It was so fast, but that's so crazy. Oh, and okay, and this talks about travel. My dream was in an airport. This is like astral travel, and then being on stage, and then psychic spying. What all that means, I don't know, but stay tuned, guys, because I feel like I do want to try to channel Twitch and see if there's anything there that might want to come through. I honestly, some energies kind of scare me a little bit. Like I don't know what I would want to know from Twitch about the industry. I mean, it's so evil. It's like, I guess maybe let me know, do you guys want to hear from Twitch, or do you guys want me to channel him and do my own little journaling? Is that somebody you guys are interested in hearing from and care about seeing? Or Dave Hollis, what do you guys think about him? Who is familiar with him, and what are you guys' thoughts on those? Holy Spirit, you have me sitting here for a reason. You brought me here to learn something about something. I shifted. I got an opening message from the Oracle. Now can you please show me with the Zombie Tarot what it is you need me to know today? What is it with these cards coming out? I'm just going to take them. They're coming out in like clumps. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Again, that King of Swords is back out here. Collaboration, planning, and execution. This guy puts the plans into place, gives the orders, and then the minions But this is showing me like the minions that go home. This guy's training this guy. Okay, hold on. This guy stands on stage, gives the orders, makes the plans, sends people off. These people running, going off in their own directions that were programmed, trained by this guy. King of Swords is this guy in the suit. The two guys running off to their families is this guy that was trained. And then they implement what they were trained here in their families at home. It's becoming like a family ordeal, like where it happens behind white picket fences in powerful rich families, in basements, in underground, underworld, secret areas, but within the family is very significant to what I'm feeling. So we're going to put this little pyramid here. It goes from here to here to here. From the top to the training on stage to taking that home. Okay, pyramid. Now I'm gonna get 3 cards for the next level of the pyramid. Spirit, what is it that they're taking home and teaching the family? What is it they're taking home with them? I've seen the word mimbles now on 2 cards. The 8 of Cups had this symbol or that same word on it with the shopping mall. So what is a mimble? Mimble something 6. This is the 5 of Pentacles, which is like a material loss. I don't know, let's get 2 more. Queen of Swords. Now we have the feminine counterpart. Another king. The devil at the bottom. The devil with the strength. The devil that controls your mind. Your mind is the weapon the devil uses. The King of Pentacles is tied up, but the Queen of Swords is not tied up. She's completely content. And she's almost like pointing the gun at the King of Pentacles. The King and Queen of Swords. Control the men with money, control the businessmen, the multi-billion-dollar organizations. They know that they will lose everything and be impoverished because somebody else is pulling the strings. But it's more than just strangers pulling the strings that are infiltrated into their families. Like, you can't escape this because you can't escape your own family. Your success isn't your success. Anybody that is successful and wealthy and rich at the top of any wealthy established organizations, I just heard in my head, including churches. Holy shit. It's like the guy at the top plans and delivers. They take it home, and then it's almost like the men that go home who are program the wives, because there's something about this generation that locks something in for the next generation, which would be their children. So the wives have to be compliant. There's a need for the buy-in from the wives in order to control the children. At the end of the day, it's like family infiltration, controlling the money. Okay, let me get 4 more and then we'll clarify. I don't know what... We'll clarify each of these characters. And Spirit, can I get 4 more cards for what it is you're trying to show me? Judgment card with the Ace of Pentacles. This is the energy of the last will and testament behind this person's hand coming out of the grave. And then again, another queen here right in the center. Under the queen. Something about the Freemasons or this energy, whatever this is as a collective energetic frequency, whatever, I mean, I'm going to call it that for now, but whatever this energy is, if that isn't accurate, it's like controlling the female's mind of the families is essential to the functioning of this group. Like getting the buy-in of the wives and the children and getting control of like the Patsy Ramsey's minds. If you control the wives, infiltrate the family, and control the money, like who can stop them? Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, the world is on fire. Here, somebody is setting off an atomic bomb. I'm feeling like women being used as puppets here. Something significant about the partnership of the man and the woman and the way that the man programs the women and how that plays out into their family with their children. Like there's somebody somewhere, maybe a masculine, that has like power to make a judgment call like this, has access to nuclear weaponry. It's like everybody gets in line because this is more than just, I can take your money from you, I can make you sacrifice your children, I can take your business, I can take your whatever. I feel like it's so much deeper than that. It's almost like a global, like they have the power of like global catastrophe. Like somebody has too much power, too much global power. Whether this is actual access to a button that can fire an atomic bomb and just take off an entire city off the map, or it's spiritually speaking, like somebody holds way too much power that would be equivalent to that within this group. With the energy of summer, I was telling you guys, there's something about a queen that is so dominant in that energy. It's like you would think there was a man pulling the strings here, but it's actually a woman, and it's giving me that. It's like the woman that pulls the strings for the actual top of the organization, but like the true powerful people are disguised within this group because they are the women. Or that might be well known and I'm just ignorant and just would have assumed these type of horrible people who do these things to children in the ways that I've seen them in visions and dreams, I would assume would have to come from a man. But when Spirit specifically showed me with tapping into the energy around Summer, or whatever Summer's energy was trying to show me, showed me a Queen of Pentacles over and over and over and over again with knights as her puppets carrying out the work. But I'm wondering if even at the top of who would be orchestrating these awful ceremonies and horrible things to children, if there's even like a higher person who's not accessible spiritually to me yet. But it's like what I've had access to is the amount of control the women have, and the most unsuspecting women. Because even when I was getting the energy of like the women in the building community, you would just think this is men who work as architects and engineers and construction and like manufacturing, all those types of things you immediately associate with a man. But there's a specific female who's very high ranking, very powerful, as it directly ties to harming children. Let's clarify. That's not as surprising anymore, but if this was my first pull on it a year ago, I'd have been like, no. But knowing what I know now, I mean, I don't doubt this at all. Spirit, I'm going to clarify the court cards here with the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Can I get one card for each? Five of Pentacles, again, the ability to put somebody into poverty. Five of Pentacles is here. This is the loss of finances, not having enough, struggling. The King of Swords controls the money, controls your livelihood, and it can be gone in an instant. Okay, so Queen of Swords. How does the Queen of Swords relate to the King of Swords, who controls the energy of the Five of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles. Another queen. Like I was saying, in that summer energy, she comes through as the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe just validating what I just told you guys, where I was saying it comes from the top to this person right here. I see her as the Queen of Pentacles, and there she freaking is, validating that. This Queen of Swords as it relates to that King of Swords, and it comes from the home. There's something about the Four of Wands is the home. Comes from the sacred union within the home, the man and the wife, the father of the house. This sort of programming, there has to be buy-in from the mother. There has to be some level of control over the women in the house who are having these babies, who are born by design for specific predestined appointments. There has to be a level of buy-in, control from the women, or it just doesn't work. It doesn't, the offspring aren't the same. Like, they're not, I really don't even know what I'm saying, but they're not as useful unless they have the women in this level of obedience. Can I get King of Pentacles? Six of Cups. Innocence. Children. Nostalgia. This is showing me like a King of Pentacles who's having tea with children. I don't like that at all. The women who are controlling the men who are having tea with children. So again, with my Summer Wells dream, you could hear the ballroom energy, the clanking of the glasses, this type of energy. Can I get one card for the Queen of Cups? Control the mind, the money, and the youth, and you control the world. The minds, the money, and the youth. Why is Queen of Cups here? Why is this Queen of Cups eating her brain? I wonder if the way to control the women in these type of groups is through like the stomach with this. Well, one, she's eating the brain. But with this Ace of Pentacles, with the last will and testament and the woman's hand coming up out of the grave, it's kind of like showing me like depriving her of food in order to control the brain, and then like what you're consuming in terms of nutritionally also plays a part in like, I'm just getting energy of like starvation, diets. It's a lot, but The Moon, Three of Wands, Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Alright, Spirit, can I get one for Queen of Cups? Page of Swords. Finding things out, doing research. It's also the card for the student and learning. It's like reprogramming. Oh, the Six of Cups could be a card of memories. Like, okay, that's weird. I'm seeing this now as like, there's an energy specifically with the women in these groups that has to do with like getting into the mind and into the memories and like reprogramming. I'm just seeing this like computer software that's like where you can like take a chunk of memory out and like overwrite it. You're overwriting it with what somebody is like reading off of a script. Like they're speaking into the microphone, they're reading a script, they're taking memory out, plugging memory in off of a script as it relates to the women, like implanted memories, false memories, based on the design of that person's role. That is so weird. I know you guys are like, well, I actually don't know what level some of you guys are on. I know a lot of you are right here with me, but I know this is going to be a little out there for some of you, but I know this is a thing. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but I know like false memories are a thing, and planting and programming memories and certain things is a thing, but it's specifically highlighting the women in these households that breed these children in these groups. Controlling the money, the mind, the children, the memories. Holy Spirit, I am going to wrap this energy up. Can I get one card from Mildred Payne for each of the court cards out here? The King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and King of Pentacles. What is the symbol attached to these characters for Five of Swords, please? Oh yeah, Five of Pentacles with King of Swords. I said Five of Swords, which is control. Control the fucking coin. This king at the top, well-traveled, goes everywhere. He's international, globally known, not confined to any one chapter or lodge or group or city or state or country. It's like the big guy that controls literally the poverty of many wealthy families. King of Swords, Five of Pentacles with the freaking coin here, and this is the energy of the Five. The Five is the lack of coins. Somebody holds too much power because they can like pull the rug out from a lot of wealthy people that would trickle down. As you're looking at this in a pyramid, it's like this guy at the top controls so much of the global money and economy that it would be a trickle down. Wow. He holds the power of poverty. Time. Okay, so Queen of Cups with Queen of Pentacles. Can I get one for Queen? Wasn't ready. Queen of Cups with Queen of Pentacles, please. That was fast. The door. The red door. 33. Oh my god, the chapters are called, or what the lodges, I don't know what the fuck they're called. Why do I keep saying chapters? What is it? Is it a chapter? Lodge, whatever. 33 I know is like a Mason number. The door, the secret group. You have to be invited in, accepted in. You have to earn your dues, pay your keeps. Nobody just walks through the door. 33. The coin, the door, the women are the gatekeepers. The women gatekeep the doors. Yeah, something about keeping the women completely controlled and doing work for them, maybe as gatekeepers. I'll have to look into the energy of gatekeepers more, but these two queens here have the 33 in the door, the gatekeeper. This one gatekeeps the coins. This one gatekeeps the invitees. Bone keeps wanting to flip out and show itself. I'm going to show you, but wow, okay. So Spirit, show me King of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. Sage with Chalice. The Chalice is giving me this tea party here, but Sage is like clearing energies, clearing the energy, herbs. I'm gonna get one more to clarify that, because that could go many different ways, but it's not feeling like the energy of needing to sage the space where these men interact with these children. But that could mean something different. I don't know. I keep getting tied up on there. So Spirit, why is Sage here with the Six of Cups? Herb. I just said that. You know, that could be the energy of like the herb with the Crow. I wonder if this is like... The Crow can be like very psychic energy, right? It's like, the Crow is known for like psychic sight. I wonder if there's some kind of herb or something that they're actually giving the children within these families, like as they're growing up. It's like something they're consuming, an herb they're consuming. This comes out a lot with John Bonet. Like with the mushrooms and the herbs and consuming something where I was like, was she drugged? Did she take something? It's almost like it's what they give the kids this from an early age that kind of makes them more susceptible to this programming as queens, but it starts in the home. There's something that they give the kids either to like increase their abilities or to make them more susceptible to things, but like an early energy of like what they put in the little kids' tea party cups. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Cups with Page of Swords, and then I'm going to pull from the After Tarot just to get a overall picture for the Crow and the herb with the kids. Spirit, can you clarify Queen of Cups with Page of Swords? Water, Saturn, Sun, water, like Saturn, water. One of these cards earlier with that big brain on it with the woman said something about water on the brain makes it heavier. Like, what is this about water on the brain? Can you clarify water on the brain? What does this mean, water on the brain? Oh, water on the brain is poison. It's toxic. It's the way that they're controlling the women. Water on the brain. It's poison. Poison. A liquid that's poison to the brain. Consuming something that makes this process with overwriting memories is something with water, liquid, poison. Hesitant on pulling. Let's get one. One from the After Tarot for each of these clusters, and then we will wrap this up today, guys. I have no idea what this is about. Again, let me know if you guys want to channel Twitch or Dave Hollis, and then let me know what you guys think about all this craziness today. The Tower with Justice, karmic justice. I didn't ask a question, but these two flipped out, and these are very... Oh. Ooh. The Tower comes down where people get clarity of thought, like true justice. Bring down the Tower is like pour out the fucking cup. It's something they're drinking. They're having tea with kids here. There's something about medicine, herbs, something that they're drinking, something that's coming from the mom who was also programmed this way, something about water, the brain, and poison. Tower with Justice, and this guy is like pouring out the cup. Like, nope, no thank you. I've been trying to gear up to research and start learning also around, learn about like the GATE program. I was actually recruited into that program as a child around the age of 8, 9, 3rd, 4th grade. And I think I've mentioned it on the channel before, but then seeing all these other videos and conspiracies around what the GATE program actually was, like I was 8 or 9, 3rd, 4th grade in the 90s. This was here in California. My father also was an extremely gifted, very intelligent member. Like I said, he's Jewish. He's a part of all these weird groups in LA. And he also is a person that I don't want to talk too much about because he's kind of well known and I don't want to associate myself with him. But there's some weird energy with my dad and his bloodlines as it relates to these types of energies. But anyways, as a kid, I remember vaguely with the GATE program being tested for it. They came to my mom multiple times and tried to get me to go off campus into this other place with GATE students and do this other program, and I begged her not to send me. She ended up not making me go, but every year, like, she always brings it up, like, you were so smart and so gifted, like the people from the GATE program kept trying to recruit you and they kept contacting me and you just refused to go, and you know, imagine if you would have just went. And like, she thought it was like this high honor, like, my daughter's gifted, she's so smart, they want her so bad. I didn't want to go. My mom says that's the only reason why I didn't go. And then I was watching something, I don't even remember who it was, but she was saying like certain kids around like this GATE energy or this testing, whatever it was, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like a test or like this program where they were looking for kids to recruit. But she was saying in one of the videos I watched how like kids remember specifically like begging not to go or not wanting to go. I was like, what in the, because that's the only reason why I didn't go. My mom specifically brings this up every time she talks about it, and she wears it like a badge of honor. Like, I can't believe you didn't go, and you know, I can't believe they chose you and you were so special. Yeah, turns out I'm just autistic and fucking like short-circuited up here. Like, and now we know like people on the spectrum can be very gifted and do have senses and abilities that not everybody has, and it all comes full circle. Like I told her, like, now look, like, I've been diagnosed, I'm on the spectrum, I'm, you know, I have this and this relates to this, and remember when they were testing me for GATE, and like, how crazy is this? And she kind of like blows me off. My mom's not entirely on board with this whole thing yet, but I sent her videos on GATE. I'm like, isn't this crazy? Like, you wanted me to go so bad and you thought it was so cool. Anyways, I don't know why I just got off on a tangent about the GATE. Oh, because I was saying I want to like read on that and dig into the energy of like this GATE program and who was in charge of that and what they were recruiting for and where they were going to send me if I was going to go, and like if they were really that interested, would they really have needed like my mom's approval? Like, I don't know what that was about, but I'm interested in only because I have direct connection to that as a child. But yeah, I don't know where that came from. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm gonna pull one card for each of these and then we're gonna wrap this up. Let me know, do you guys want to dive into the GATE program, the 10 of Pentacles? Money, money, money. Okay, do you guys want to, are you guys interested in that energy at all? Let me know. Okay, Holy Spirit, show me King of Swords, 5 of Pentacles with the coin. What is the overarching energy here? So this 9 of Wands, like here we have the standard wounded warrior who has on guard, he's protecting something, he has his guard up, but this is somebody who's not injured, who's standing with him, also guarding the person who's guarding the thing. So guarding the money, the person, he controls the person who looks like he controls the money. But there's like somebody else, like the person that guards the money is wounded, he's under control, he's forced to be there, he's programmed to be there, but then there's like somebody else standing guard with him. That's the actual person. It's like there's a second energy that you're not aware of, because in the standard card it's just the one, but there's a bigger uninjured person who actually stands guard there around money, poverty. Okay, show me Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles with the door. Ooh. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. The Three of Pentacles is like the Mason card, actually. And this is the card for the door of the 33, the group, the lodge, the door, the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper that decides who's let into the club has something to do with the women. And that, okay, and it's a 3. Hello. So now we have the energy of 333. This is the card where they're like working with tools, building things. You can see the tools on the table here. The energy of 3 with the door. This is the Mason card and the women standing gatekeeper at that door. Wow, fascinating. Okay. King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups with Sage and Herb and Crow. The Cups. There's something about the Cups. Look at this woman. She's looking inside of the cup. With the Tower and the Justice, it was the cup being spilled out at the bottom. This person's looking at it like, I don't know if I should drink this. Water and blood down here. Holy cow. The water on the brain here. Something about the kids with the cups, and it's like, look inside of the cup. There's something inside of the cup. Somebody put something in the cup and walked away. The moon is here. There's secrets. There's water in most of the cups, but not all. Consuming the blood, drinking of the blood, herbs. There's something inside of the cup here as it relates to the children. Drinking the Kool-Aid, I don't know. Consuming herbs in cups. That's cup energy. Okay, so now final card, guys. Thank you for sticking through this long reading. Would love to hear your thoughts. Last card, we have Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Water and Poison. Control. The Devil. Control the women's brains. Rewrite their memories. Place new memories. Water on the brain. It's giving me like lobotomy type of energy, but look at the water, the poison, the knowledge, the Devil. The last card to come out as I'm wrapping up this reading. The first time he showed himself this entire time, have not caught a glimpse of the Devil. And there he is, with the woman eating her brain, the poison, the rewriting the memories, the controlling the women, the Devil. Wow, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Two of Pentacles is giving me like swapping energy. Swapping in and out, swapping memories. Again, with that energy of the cyborg, it's like the implant in the brain, the poison in the water on the brain, the implant on the brain, swapping memories, like using tech to like get into the mind, like Cyborg, Cherry Cyborg. What is Cherry? Is Cherry Cyborg? I don't know, guys. I have to run. This went a lot longer than I thought it would. Again, this is totally random. I don't know why this is here or who's going to watch it and what your guys' opinion is going to be, but I'm following spirit. I did what I was asked to. Please go check out Faye at SoularFlow, and then let me know if you guys are interested in anything else I said here in terms of who I want to channel, direction I want to go with different readings. Please remember to like the video, drop a comment, say hello, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.